Good evening and welcome everyone to the Elmore County Commission work session for April 22nd, 2024. I'll call this meeting to order. We'll begin tonight with our first agenda. Item is going to be special presentations. On an ongoing basis, the County Commission has regularly recognized our teams in the county that have won championship titles or either individual awards. And tonight we want to recognize students from the Stand Up Elmore High School's Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America organization, where they were state convention winners in the event management category. We're very proud of them. They're here with us tonight. And I'm going to read the next agenda item, and then I'm going to make a few comments about the award. But while I do that, I'm going to ask Ms. Michelle McCauley, who is the leader of this organization at Stanhope, if she would come to the front and bring your students with you. The first agenda item is resolution recognizing the Stanhope Elmore High School Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America FCCLA team as a 2024 FCCLA state champions in event management. Ms. McCauley, I understand that y'all won the state competition, and it was led by seniors Lauren McElrath, Mia Smith, and Samantha Wilson, and they planned and coordinated a Super Kids prom for special needs kids, and you had about 36 students there. So tell us a little bit more about your event and a little about your students.
You can pull that microphone.
Yeah, you can pull it out.
Hold it. There you go.
Thank y'all for having us. They took this event and they planned it from beginning to end, and and they presented that, and then they went on to execute it. It was an event for the multi-needs unit to have a prom specifically to their needs, and they will take this project and they will have the opportunity to go to Seattle, Washington to compete against other national teams.
That's really good. I know that I believe that is this the same group or maybe another group that you work with that has puts on a concert at the school as well or something?
It was all under CTE, so it was
Okay.
partly these students.
Yeah. So I mean, I know some of those are involved in it, so I really appreciate what y'all do. Y'all are doing great things there, and I appreciate your involvement with the students, and congratulations to what y'all did. That was a great project. So, any questions or comments for commissioners?
No, just thank you so much. Do you girls have anything? No?
Big congratulations. We're very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Chairman, let me tell you something. It's an honor to sit here and have them here tonight with the special needs kids. They're the ones that we hold so dear to our hearts. We just had the event here in Wetumpka, and it's just rewarding to see young ladies like this step up and do something like that for them, and to be the leaders in our community, and look forward to them being future leaders. Thank you.
Ladies, thank you so much for everything that you all have done. Were y'all a part of Friday's event too for the ability games? Were y'all a part out there too?
No, ma'am, we were in Orlando.
Okay, so y'all were handling business elsewhere. But love it, love it, love it, love it. Special place in my heart for children who have to go through that. And thank you for bringing a highlight and making them feel welcome and regular like everyone else. So keep up the good work and good luck in your competition.
Yeah, that's exciting. You'll get to go to Seattle. Congratulations. So, Ms. McCall, if I can ask you if y'all were to come to the front, we'll present you with the proclamation and take a picture. Just come right through here. That is one of our favorite things we get to do is recognize our students. So we appreciate y'all coming tonight. Our next agenda item is related to bringing awareness to a very serious problem that we have in society and unfortunately in Elmore County as well, and that's sexual assault. And the next agenda item, I'll read it, and then I'll make a few comments. I'm going to ask Tay if she will to come to the front. The agenda item is Sexual Assault Awareness Month Proclamation. Again, as the agenda item says, April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and that's something that takes place way too often in society and unfortunately Elmore County. But fortunately, we have Tay Knight and her group with the Family Sunshine Center that are working to bring awareness to this, and they also work with our citizens that are victims of this abuse. So Tay, please share with us. We appreciate you being here tonight.
Thank you. And I just want to tell you how much we appreciate you all always recognizing those victimizations for the Family Sunshine Center to bring awareness to domestic violence, sexual assault, and human trafficking. Just to share a few statistics for everyone who's in the room, our national partners tell us that over half of women and almost 1 in 3 men may experience sexual violence involving physical contact during their lifetime. Every 68 seconds, someone in the United States is sexually assaulted. 1 in 10 children will be the victim of sexual abuse before their 18th birthday. And sexual violence, as you alluded to, is a very serious and costly public health problem. Rape results in more than $122,000 in costs per victim and nearly $3.1 trillion to the economy over the lifetime of those 25 million victims in the United States. Recognizing April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month gives us an opportunity to talk about a topic that is awfully uncomfortable to do in many cases. And at Family Sunshine Center, we try and focus on the survivors and the hope and the healing that our staff and our communities can bring. And one thing that it really hits home with me is that it emphasizes that by being able to do this, we are raising awareness and helping to create a culture of empathy, understanding, and support for all those survivors, regardless of their age, their race, their gender, or their sexuality. So we really do appreciate y'all being kind and helping us accomplish these things within our agency.
Well, we appreciate you bringing this to our attention so we can help do whatever we can to help your effort. And we appreciate what you and your organization does. Any questions or comments from commissioners?
Tay, you're a regular face in front of this commission, and it's always for something good that y'all are doing. There's so many counties across this state that don't have the resources that we do. They don't have an organization like yours. So we appreciate you more than you will ever know, and your entire staff and the entire organization. I wish the people could know, the public could know the extent that y'all go to serve these families and these children, especially even with what you got in your hand right there is a tool that's used, and we appreciate y'all so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ty. We appreciate all you do and your staff. It's, again, as Mr. Dawson just said, it's always an honor to have you here because you're always smiling and with the rough circumstances that you deal with, it's just a pleasure having you here and your staff working every day for our children out there and our adults because it happens to them too. Thank you, Ty.
Thanks. Appreciate you.
All right, Tay, if you want to bring you and your staff to the front, we'll present you with a proclamation.
You think we're gonna better do that again? Maybe. I think we need to try.
Hey, come on, girl.
What do you want?
All right, so maybe not today. Yeah. She's like, I was.
Raise that up a little bit, that stand, I think it's all the way down. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Perfect.
Our next agenda item is a Fair Housing Month resolution. April is recognized as Fair Housing Month, and the Elmore County Commission is committed to highlighting the programs and policies established by the Fair Housing Act that was a part of the Civil Rights Act of 1968. Its purpose was to ensure that people had access to housing regardless of their race, religion, gender, or their disability, along with any other characteristics. And we discuss this tonight so we can be reminded of the importance of this matter. All right, any questions, comments from commissioners? All right, now we'll move on to regular business. Review the minutes of the April 11, 2024 commission meeting. Are there any questions or comments from commissioners? Next item, review the memorandum of warrants for a period of March 30, 2024 through April 12, 2024. Mr. McGinty?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, the memorandum of warrants for this period totals $6,505,451.68.
All right, thank you. Any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, now we move to new business. Discuss approving Ivy Classical Academy LLC bonds in accordance with Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act, TEFRA. I will call on our county attorney, Jeff Courtney, to discuss this item. Mr. Courtney?
Thank you, Chairman, Commissioners. First, before I get going with a little more detail on it, or a little more description, I want to emphasize that nothing in this matter is or ever becomes a debt obligation of the county or any county instrumentalities. The purpose of the bonds are to finance a charter school, Ivy Classic Academy. The Board of Education in Elmore County entered into a charter agreement to establish and operate the school. The bonds are actually issued by a public or the public finance authority, which is in Wisconsin. It is a nonprofit organization. But because these funds are being used outside of the state of Wisconsin, local government approval is necessary for this to go forward, despite the fact that it's not becoming our obligation here in the county. The borrower is Ivy Classic Academy, LLC. Ivy Classic Academy, LLC will lease to Alabama Classical Group, who will run the school. The school is going to be located, or is proposed to be located at 2000 Pinnacle Place in Prattville. Again, the approval by this local entity is a IRS 501c3 obligation for this to go forward. Also have Chris Simmons here of Rushton Stakely, who is counsel for the project from Montgomery, who would be available also at the proper time.
All right, thank you, Mr. Courtney. Any questions or comments from commissioners for Mr. Courtney? All right, the process we have to follow for this agenda item includes us holding a public hearing. So we will go ahead and start the public hearing here soon. So the way that will work is anyone that wants to speak in opposition to or in support of this agenda item may come to the podium at the proper time. You state your name and address, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak. So we will now move to start the public hearing. Is there anyone here tonight that would like to speak in opposition to this agenda item? Okay, if you will, please, if you'll come to the podium, and please state your name and your address, please.
This is my first time here, so thank
Well,
you.
welcome. We're glad you're here with
Hello,
us.
I'm John Lee Finnegan. I live in Prattville, Alabama, and I'm opposing this,
can
even
you-
though I know.
Ms.
it's no-
Finnegan, can you state
hear me?
your address, please?
Oh, I apologize. 211 Deer Trace in Prattville, Alabama.
Okay, all right, you're welcome to go right ahead.
Okay? I know that there's no money out of your pocket. In my mind, how I'm talking about this is it's a pass-through. But I've been fighting Ivy since their inception. You know, they first started, they wanted land donated to them, and that was turned down. And then they had Senator Chambliss write a bill where they would move the county line between Elmore and Otaga over 1 mile to incorporate the High Point Shopping Centers where they're going to go in. Then the city council, who had already approved this piece of land behind them for an R4, changed it back to B2 without BVCV, the owner of the High Point, approval, and if they have a lawsuit against the city regarding this. I just feel that for $45 million, someone has to pay those payments. And I'm very, very worried that, granted, you guys are going to be responsible, Prattville citizens or Otaga citizens are, because they've already, in fact, Ivy asked them to pay $23 million for those, that shopping center buildings before Elmore County took over. So I don't know. I'm very, very concerned how they're going to get the payments. You know, supposedly they're starting with 600 students. That's not going to make payments. That is not going to be enough to make $45 million bond payments. Other money has to come from somewhere. And also, I did call the Public Finance Authority to discuss this, and they told me that when I called, it said the number is temporarily unavailable. So I did try to find answers. And again, this is brand new. The Ivy Classical Academy LLC was just put on the Secretary of State's site on February 4th of this year. So anyway, I don't know if this is going to make any difference, but this is something that has not been established. We don't know, you know, how good, if it's going to, if it's going to go. And they're still asking for students. So anyway, and I know Elmore County is going to, you know, the money follows the students, and they're going to go. The money will go to the ones that go to Ivy, and of course, Otaga too. So anyway, I don't know if this is going to make any difference, but I specifically came over here to voice my concerns, because I'm very concerned about this. Also, I tried to find out who the Alabama Classical Group is that's going to be the borrower. And on the Secretary of State website, it has the board members, but unfortunately, I've already heard that some are off and some new people on there, and I can't get any information on who's going to be responsible. So anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from commissioners concerning the opposition comments we just heard?
Jeff, I have a question to what she did state. Something that she stated that was interesting is she doesn't even know if it's going to go through. And I know that, of course, Elmore County would not have any fiscal responsibility for it. This is just a checkbox required by the IRS that it be approved by local legislation because this building would fall in Elmore County. So my question is, or will there be other steps that the voters will be able to vote on this, or how will all this draw down with the process, if we know that answer?
My understanding is this will be the extent to which the commission would be involved. This would be the extent of that. Mr. Chris Simmons is here also from Rushton Stakely tonight. I anticipate he'll be coming
That's the gentleman
forward.
standing up right there, who probably will answer that question I just asked.
Yeah, if you will, if there's, so we're going to ask for anyone that would like to speak in support of this agenda item, please come to the front and state your name and address.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Commission. My name is Chris Simmons. I live at 3106 Pinehurst Drive in Montgomery. I'm with the law firm of Rushton Stakely, Johnston and Garrett. I do represent Ivy Classical Academy and its parent organization, American Classical Education Foundation, which supports the development of charter schools. Ivy Classical is before you now to ask for the TEFRA approval. The bonds that will be issued are qualified 501c3 bonds because the proceeds will be used to acquire the school, lease it to the Alabama Classical Group for there to operate a charter school. I'm not aware of the other activities that were referred to. None of the indebtedness will be the obligation of this county or Otaga County or City of Prattville, absent some agreement that I'm unaware of, that I'm not involved with at all. So I'm not aware of any of that. This process is necessary because of the nature of being able to issue tax-exempt bonds, and the city, the county's TEFRA approval is required as the hosting jurisdiction. The project is located within your territorial boundaries, and that's why we were here. But glad to answer your question. There is, Commissioner, to your question, there is no obligation from any other public entity for the payment of these bonds. It is being structured, the foundation is actually making a contribution towards the bonds to place a bond reserve for the payment of the bonds and to support the school through support services and other curriculum activities.
Okay, and I heard you say the citizens of Prattville, because I know that was a concern that she had, they won't have to pay for anything.
I'm not aware of anything that they are. No, they're not even in the bond documents. There's not anything that I'm aware of that has any public instrumentality funding these bonds. Once the children go to the school, then the foundation system that is part of the Alabama educational system, there will be funding through that process through the students. But this is a long-term bond issuance issued in to a single bond investor who wants to facilitate the development of charter schools.
My understanding too, with the new law that's been passed, that there will be a bridge of where the income kids' money will not follow the kids until, I think, 20, 25, 26, somewhere in there. So there's no public
There's a
funds
delay,
even,
yes, sir.
there'll be none there. There'll be a lag in that. What happens if something happens that it doesn't come open? Okay?
Yes, sir. That's where the debt service reserve fund is
Okay.
there to fund it for. One, capitalized interest is another fund that's established under,
Okay.
there's a debt service reserve to fund during the construction period and for the period in time in which it takes to get
Okay.
the school going.
Thank you.
But no action that we would take would indebt the county or any governmental entity in Elmore County or anywhere else.
No, sir. Not at all.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, is there anyone else that would like to come to the podium and speak in support of this agenda item? Okay, seeing no one else come to the podium, commissioners, do you have any other questions or comments for the, on the comments that were made in support of this agenda item? All right, hearing none, that will conclude our public hearing. All right, now we'll move to our next agenda item. Consider setting a public hearing for 140 special events retail alcohol license application for the Black Jacket Symphony by JROK Incorporated at Lake Martin Amphitheater, 8878 Kalijah Road, Eclectic, Alabama, 36024, for an event on July 20th, 2024 through July 21st, 2024. Commissioners, this is just a temporary alcohol license for an event that occurs annually at Lake Martin Amphitheater, and Commissioner Daughtry, as far back as I can remember, we've always addressed this issue and approved it every year.
Right, it's a very family-oriented atmosphere. They have their own security and their own deputies that they hire. Never been an issue there. And Lake Martin Amphitheater, I'm sure you know, supports numerous charities through these events up there.
All right, thank you. Are any other questions or comments from commissioners? All right, next is consider authorizing chairman to execute 911 dispatch agreement with the city of Millbrook and Elmore County Sheriff. Mr. McGinty?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, the city of Millbrook have been struggling staffing their 911 dispatch center, and so they have been coordinating with our 911 office. And so they've worked out this 3-month agreement that will allow the Elmore County Dispatch Center to handle their night shift calls. So from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., those 911 calls will be routed through our 911 system. And this is just for a 3-month agreement to give them time to get staff hired and trained and so they could operate their 911 office 24/7 then.
All right, thank you. Any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, next item is discuss approving resolution to widen, level, resurface, and traffic stripe Fitzpatrick Road, CR from State Road 143 east 1.92 miles to State Road 14. Mr. McGinty?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this is a resurfacing project on Fitzpatrick Road. Fitzpatrick was recently classified as a collector route for the county, so that means it's eligible for federal funds. So we were able to secure some Montgomery MPO funds to resurface this road. And so the first step in that process is to adopt the resolution, and that's what this is for. The construction will take place sometime next year, once we get the plans and everything put together for this project.
All right, thank you. Any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, now we'll move to the consent docket with one item, approved travel memorandum. Are there any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, next item is personnel notifications. Notification of transfer of Michael Giral, a corrections officer, to civil process server, replace Jay Wall, effective 4/8/2024. Notification of hire of Stephen Frazier, corrections officer, replace M. Giral, effective 4/7/2024. Notification of hire of Lee Green, part-time corrections officer, effective 4/23/2024. Next, we'll move to reports to the commission. Chief Operations Officer report, Richie Byer, and tonight our Chief Engineer, Mr. Luke McGinty, is going to give that report. Mr.
Yes, sir.
McGinty?
I have a very brief report today. The Rebuild Alabama projects for the fiscal year 2024, those projects are underway. The county crews have been working on those, and contractor moved in last week to start some of those paving projects. We also had the striping contractor move in to put down traffic stripe and reflectors on some of those projects. Contractor's also going to work on some of the ARP projects that were approved over the past several months. So we've got that going on right now. And then I'm also starting to look at FY 25 projects for Rebuild Alabama. So I'm going to start putting those roads list together to give to you for your review and try to get that list finalized. We have to have that approved by the end of this summer. So I'm starting to work on that. Last item I have is that the budget forms were sent out over last week and some today to all the county departments. So we're starting to look at next year's budget to put some numbers together for approval later this summer as well.
All right, thank you, Mr. McGinty. Any questions or comments from commissioners? All right, next we'll move to reports from the commission. Commissioner Hines.
No reports.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Daughtry.
No report this time.
All right, Commissioner Hill would be next, but he, of course, had a unforeseen conflict. He's not with us tonight. Commissioner Jackson.
Just briefly, Chairman, we do have the grand opening of the Crenshaw Community Park coming up on May 4th at 10 a.m. I don't believe we have another county commission meeting between now and then, but that has been a major county project that we've been working on, so it's going to be an exciting time. Nothing further. Thank you, Chairman.
All right, thank you, and I appreciate what each of my commissioners do for their district and the county overall. I now call on Ms. Brittany for important calendar dates.
Saturday, May 4th is the Crenshaw Park ribbon cutting at 9 a.m. Monday, May 13th will be the next commission work session at 5 p.m. with a business meeting immediately following. Saturday, May 25th, the county collection facility will be closed in observance of Memorial Day. Monday, May 27th, the administrative complex will be closed in observance of Memorial Day. Tuesday, May 28th, we will have the commission work session at 5 p.m. with the business meeting immediately following.
All right, thank you. We will reconvene for our business meeting shortly. Good evening and welcome everyone to Elmore County Commission meeting for April 22nd, 2024. I will call this meeting to order. I'll ask Commissioner Hines to offer our invocation, then I'll ask Commissioner Daughtry to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Hines.
Father God, thank you for this wonderful day given us, Lord, with the sun shining upon us and warming our hearts, Lord. Go with us as leaders of our community that we may do the work for our constituents and help them in every way we can, Lord. And congregation, Father, lead us in the direction that you want us to go, Lord. And kind Lord, go with our fellow commissioner tonight and watch over him and protect him, Lord. Congregation, Father, again, lead, guide, and direct us in the name of Jesus, I pray, Lord. Amen.
Let us please stand for the pledge.
United States of America and to the republic
Ms. Brittany, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hines.
Here.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Here,
Chairman Mercer.
Here.
Commissioner Hill. Commissioner Jackson.
Here.
All right, we'll start with first agenda item, special presentations. Is there a motion to approve the resolution recognizing the Stanhope Elmore High School Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America, FCCLA team as the 2024 FCCLA State Champions in Event Management?
Motion to approve.
second.
Ms. Brittany, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hines.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
All right, next item, is there a motion to approve the Sexual Assault Awareness Month proclamation?
Most approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
All right, next is a resolution to approve the Fair Housing Month resolution.
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
Next, we'll move to regular business. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the April 11th, 2024 commission meeting?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
All right, next, is there a motion to approve the memorandum of warrants for a period of March 30, 2024 through March 12, 2024?
Most approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
All right, now we'll move to new business. Is there a motion to approve or deny Abbey Classical Academy LLC bonds in accordance with Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act, TEFRA?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
All right, next, is there a motion to approve or deny setting a public hearing on Monday, May 13th, 2024 at 5 p.m. for a 140 Special Events Retail Alcohol License application for the Black Jack Symphony by JROK Incorporated at the Lake Martin Amphitheater, 8878 Kalijah Road, Eclectic, Alabama, 36024 for an event on July 20, 2024 through July 21, 2024.
Most approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
All right, next, is there a motion to approve or deny authorizing chairman to execute 911 dispatch agreement with the City of Millbrook and Elmore County Sheriff?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
Next, is there a motion to approve or deny the resolution to widen, level, surface, and stripe Fitzpatrick Road, County Road 74, from State Road 143 east 1.92 miles to State Road 14?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
Now we'll move to the consent docket. Is there a motion to approve the consent docket as presented in the work session?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
All right, we will forego an additional reading of the personnel notifications. Are there any additional reports to the commission? Are there any additional reports from commissioners? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Ms. Brittany?
Commissioner Hines.
Yes.
Commissioner Daughtry.
Yes.
Chairman Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Jackson.
Yes.
We are adjourned.